My motivation for writing the book is I'm really passionate about helping individuals, teams and organisations achieve their full potential. And this book shows organisations how to set the organisational environment, set the culture, set the circumstances that will maximise the opportunity for that potential to be released into people's lives, teams' lives and the organisation, and obviously therefore for the benefit of the long-term sustainability of the organisation and to dramatically lift its performance.
I think there are two things that really separate this book from all the others, and one's the person, Nick, and secondly, it's the data he's drawn on. His company has access to such tremendous data that was waiting to be analysed, and Nick's analysed it, and he's found out what is good. And it's a natural progression from his first book, which was GPS for Your Organisation, where he talks how to strategise and plan, and this is really about the very nature of leadership. The importance of driving the culture of the organisation, the importance of leadership, the importance of relationships. And Nick does it in a very practical fashion. It's great from the way it deals with people and leads to organisations in which people are not only productive, but extremely happy.
Well, I believe this book is so useful. It needs to be on the desk of any leader who has the book, because it really does provide a roadmap of what you need to do to drive a high-performance organisation.
And so far as I'm concerned, it's a book that says a message that really deserves to be said, and that is the important thing is it's about people. And if we ignore that, I think we've lost the whole sight of what we do.
This is a wonderful book. Nick Barnett's 7 Habits for Organisations is the way to steer organisations in very disruptive and uncertain times, to foster a culture of engagement and innovation and well-being. Nick's the perfect guy to write this book, because he has a big heart, vast experience, and has done his homework. And this book needs to be used every day by every leader, and it just has to become a habit, a daily habit.
I just want to quickly quote from a letter from Karen Wood, who for many years was the president of HR at BHP Billiton. And in reflecting on Nick's book, I'm just going to read 3 sentences. She said, in 1994, Paul Krugman wrote that productivity isn't everything, but in the long run, it is almost everything. A country's ability to improve its standard of living over time depends almost entirely on its ability to raise output per employee. 20 years on, the sentiment is as true for companies as it is for countries. 7 Business Habits sets a framework to help us achieve more with less. And this is the concluding sentence. It encourages us to forge a compact with our people, to harness the energy of one team united behind a shared vision and values. So the importance of vision and values, and really having a compact with the team, a legitimate compact to make things happen.
The differentiating thing about Nicholas's book, which appeals to me, being a bit of a maths and stats buff, is that he actually has strong data. When you start off in the first few pages and say you have surveyed 100,000 people in 200 organisations, it adds a level of compelling rigour and indeed clout to what's about to be said. And so as I read in, I wasn't reading the normal stuff in leadership literature about what people think the top person should think. I read about leadership in a systemic way. And I think that's why it's about high-performing organisations, not just the leaders in them.
This is the second book that I've worked on with Nick, and what I like about Nick is that he's a real mix of left brain, right brain person. He's very creative, he has ideas for the book. And it's a cute looking book as well. I mean, it's a beautiful book. It's got a lovely cover, and I know a lot of that's to do with his creative children, but you know, he drove the project, so it's down to him as well. So he's very creative. At the same time, he's a numbers man. So the book, as we've already said, is backed up with some serious research done by Insync Surveys, which gives it huge credibility. And basically, you just can't argue with it. It's sensible advice that all companies and organisations should take on board. And I think it really is invaluable and almost required reading for the next generation of leaders. I wish the book all the luck it deserves. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming tonight and for celebrating with Nick, and have a great evening. We're still going to be here for half an hour, so just relax, mix. There's some very interesting people. You can get your book and have some cake. Thank you so much for coming.